Now, in this short video, I'm just going to talk about one of the most commonly used saws that you use, and that's your tenon saw. So just to go through the parts really quickly, you have a wooden handle, typically made out of a hardwood such as rosewood would be the case with this one. You have your steel blade, which you'll have on all saws, and what makes the tenon saw slightly different is that you have a third piece, which is brass strip, and you see that runs along the length of the blade. Now, the idea of the brass strip, and you can see it's quite thick, the idea of that is that it stabilizes the blade, it stops it from bending, and therefore the tenon saw is a very suitable saw if you want to make straight line cuts. Attaching the blade and the handle together, you'll have 3 brass rivets, which is very similar to what you would see in other hand tools. And in terms of suitable use for a tenon saw, you would use it in general woodworking, light work. It'll have about between 10 and 15 teeth per inch. That's how you judge how rough or how smooth the cut will be on a saw. So if you measured 1 inch along the blade, you get between 10 and 15 depending on the manufacturer of the tenon saw. Kennedy saws are these ones here. Very, very good saws and very suitable for junior cert woodwork. In terms of using the saw, whether you're right or left-handed will be the same, and you would use it for general use, such as cutting off a waste piece of timber like I've marked off here. When you're holding the saw, the best way to hold it is with your forefinger pointing forward and your thumb is just in behind a little groove on the back of the handle. So if you're right or left-handed, it doesn't really make any odds. In terms of cutting, you should try and avoid starting on the flat. So what I tend to do instead is hold the saw up at a bit of an angle, and I'm holding my piece firmly with my spare hand. And obviously, as you would know, we're cutting slightly to the waist side. So we start off with a bit of an angle, and as we feed into the timber, we'll keep an eye on our lines going down on the back and the front and make sure that we're staying vertical with our cut. And as I said, I started off with a bit of an angle. Once I feed into the timber, I can level that off. Very important, use the full stride of the saw when you're cutting. Reduce the amount of work that you have to go into. And you can see you get quite a neat finish left behind with your tenon saw. So for straight line cuts, you're going to use that as a general use tool.